Hey everyone, how's it going? Legend and Molly coming at you from Northern California here at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. We're gonna go around and show you the rides and all the animals in this park. Our second visit ever to this park. We were here once in 2015, so this is our second trip over here. Gonna show you what we like, what we don't like, and take you on a tour of the park. Upon entering the park, you're met with this awesome dolphin fountain and statue, and the entrance to different areas of the park. There's an entrance to the sea area over there, the sky area dead ahead, and then I would guess land behind us. Let's kick off the tour with the best ride in the park, and that is the Joker, an RMC conversion of their old Roar wooden roller coaster. And it's pretty awesome. I mean, all RMCs are pretty awesome, and this one is no exception. It's really more of a looping roller coaster than some of the crazy airtime RMCs, but it is awesome. Big fan, big thumbs up. Bunch of inversions. That's flipping upside down 3 or 4 times. Major hang time elements like that. And huge thumbs up. This is by far the park's best ride. Definitely a huge improvement over the old Roar. And I also love how they did the track. Like I can't think of any other roller coaster that did the track like that, where there's one track one color, one track the other color. Was I trying to say? You would think I would be able to talk after doing so many of these videos. But here's the going through cycle. Pretty good length of a ride too. Also, the entrance to the Joker is fantastic. You enter through this giant, creepy, like funhouse clown mouth. So this bonkers-looking ride here is the Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, and it's awesome. This is 147 feet tall, 73 miles an hour. And this is great. This is absolutely one of my favorite flat rides on the planet. One of my favorite rides in this park. Absolutely love it. You go so fast and so high. Like off in the distance that way is mountains, and you get an awesome view of it. This one, it's good. It's a must-do when you come to this park. This ride about getting ready to drop down the lift is Medusa, which is one of the park's better roller coasters. B&M floorless coaster. Pretty tall, pretty long ride. I like it a lot. I mean, it's a smooth ride, it's a fun ride. I could definitely use a paint job, I would say, but also pretty fun. One negative about it is kind of in a parking lot, like they didn't even bother like repainting the spaces. But the highlight of the ride is this sea serpent element. Looks kind of like a Cobra roll, but then it's not a Cobra roll. So it's one of the very, very rare coasters that does that. And overall, I like this one a lot. This gets a thumbs up from me. Molly, what are your thoughts on Medusa?
I like this. It's decent. I agree. Not very pretty, but it's a decent ride.
So here you can see the ride crews putting together the new for 2019 attraction, the Batman the Ride. It's going to be an SNS 4D free spin. I like these rides. I think they're pretty good time. I think they're wild, crazy. I enjoy them. I am all for Six Flags adding them to every park. This one's not called the Joker like most of them are, but instead Batman like in San Antonio. And Molly hates them. So there's the...
I don't hate them. They're not my favorite.
Yep.
I think they're cute rides. And by cute, I mean they fit in small spaces well.
Guys, this is Kong, the park's Vekoma suspended looping coaster. And gotta say, we are probably not going on this today. Hyde made me ride one of these last week when we were in Denver, and it was really, really terrible. It felt like a large man punching me in the back repeatedly, and I just don't want to go through that again. You know, kind of a bummer. There's a bunch of closed rides here today, but they are operating the SLC. Like, if you had to pick a ride to run, that probably would not be your top choice. We'll say if you're okay with pain, they are a decent ride, but they're definitely not my thing. So I think the best part of Kong is it's sweet sign. This ride here is Hammerhead. It's one of the park's premier flat rides. It's pretty neat. I love the theming on it. You know, we've seen theming on rides like this. I think Canada's Wonderland has one that's themed towards like axes and lumberjacks. But this one, especially with being in the fish section of the park, fits so well. So out of all the disappointments at the park today, the one I'm most bummed about is Harley Quinn's Crazy Coaster is closed. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they are building the new... Well, that scared the crap out of me. They are building the new Batman ride right next to it, so it could be like they don't want to have people literally building a ride right there and operate this one maybe 15 feet away from it. So I can totally see that. But this one, it's super unique. You know, as a guy that's been on 500 something roller coasters and traveled to parks all over the country, you know, I've never been on one of these. It's the only one in the world, so I was really excited to ride it. I've heard not the best of reviews, but you know, when you've been to so many parks, different is cool, and this definitely qualifies as different. It's sort of like a figure 8 coaster with 2 trains that duel right in the middle, so it might be a neat ride, might not, I don't know. Here is the park's Boomerang roller coaster. I also love the marketing tie-in. It looks like it's a left Twix, right Twix themed chain. I don't normally like boomerangs, but at least as far as a marketing tie-in goes, that one's pretty clever. This ride, if you haven't seen one of these before, you slow climb backwards, go forwards through a cobra roll, big old vertical loop, and then you go up a spike. Then you get ready to do the whole thing in reverse. I'm not the biggest fan of boomerang coasters. And normally I would love a ride themed to chocolate. I do find them kind of nauseating. And normally I never get kind of ill on rides, but this one does do it for me. But pretty fun marketing job. This wild looking ride over here is Superman Ultimate Flight, the original of the premier Skyrocket 2 roller coasters, later known as Tempesto and Electric Eel, Tigress, and Phobia Fear Coaster, and many more outside the States. But unfortunately here it's been closed almost the entire day. I think it ran for maybe 40 minutes or so. But I do think is the best version of these. You do not have those world famous comfort collars. You do have a Superman shaped tunnel. So you got some cool elements of it. So this ride, it's a lot of fun. You got the logo right there. Daredevil Dive is the name of the park's Larson Looper. Wouldn't be Six Flags without one. Do you like the lighting package they have on the side? That probably looks really, really cool in the evening. Tough day for the Larson Looper. Under heavy maintenance right now. It's kind of interesting. There must be some sort of maintenance mode where the ride is then stuck upside down. Another one of the park's roller coasters over here. This is V2. I believe it's getting repainted and a new sign to be called the Flash V2 or something like that. But this is quickly becoming one of my great white buffaloes of roller coasters out there. It's my second time ever being at this park, and the second time it is closed. And this is an intimate impulse coaster, so you launch forwards and back, things like that. That it was famously built too tall, so they had to change and give it this wacky inline twist instead. So it'd be something I would really like to try, but both times I've been to this park, it's been closed, so there's that. It's this and then Excalibur at Valley Fair. The 2 roller coasters. I've been in those parks twice, and both those rides have been down both times. So maybe the third time will be the charge on one of them. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom seems to be home to like the world's slowest swinging ship. Do give them credit though, they called it the Ark. So solid naming there. And it's got kind of a cute theme. Looks like it's supposed to be over a lagoon, but it is, there's no water in the lagoon, just this, whatever that gross stuff is in a random pipe. Park has another water ride over here, the Penguin Ride, which is kind of a unique water ride. I love it. It's got like Mr. Cobblepot on it, and he's got a big standee over there. This is kind of like teacups on the water, and you can fire from the land and try to shoot the other boats, shoot people. It's a neat ride, but like most of the park closed. Here goes Cobra, the park's marquee family roller coaster. And these are interesting rides because they have like some of the longest coaster trains you will ever see. This one's got a cool themed snake on the front of it. This ride does not do a whole lot, but you have little ones. There's not a whole lot here for them to ride as far as like roller coaster or mild thrill ride wise. So it's a very good like starter roller coaster for if you have kids. And also as an adult, you're not too embarrassed riding it if you choose to. Longer ride than it looks too. All right, I think we're gonna get a shot here of the Cobra head coming in. And the very, 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 very long train. Skyscreamer here is the park's Star Flyer, which is also closed. It's one of the smaller Star Flyers in the Six Flags chain. It's got to be 100 feet tall. This park does have a very strict height limit. I don't think they can build anything over 150 feet. So that does explain why their Star Flyer is so small. But it is closed. Well, that is a different name for a scrambler. This is the Scatterbout. We have another closed ride here, the Tasmanian Devil. And this one they're clearly doing some major work on there. I don't actually see anyone working on it, but it's not a ride they could flip the switch and just start running at any point in time. One of the park's larger kids areas is Looney Tunes Seaport. You know, you got a bunch of kids style rides here, including one that's clearly down for some maintenance. And well, whatever that used to be. You got a couple other things, like there's a stage over there if they want to do like character shows. Some smaller kids rides, swingers and that kind of stuff. But I think there's a coaster in the background over there. And they have one of these big giant fun house kind of things. There you go, that's Looney Tunes Seaport. Can the kids walk through this? That's kind of neat. I think maybe. Nope, you just walk around and it's Bugs Bunny's house. You got Pepe Le Pew's Rafts of Romance. And a couple other things. You got a roller coaster over there. The Fun Factory. Looks like a small train and then play area. Little flying stuff. So not a terrible Looney Tunes land. And one final ride here in Looney Tunes land is just a random animal carousel, which I'm guessing was probably here before it was a Six Flags park. Probably back when it was like Africa Marine World USA, I think was the name of it, or something like that. The park here has a top spin ride, and this one looks like it's probably permanently closed. I don't think there's a sign or anything for it, but they're just kind of letting it sit here and rot away. So one of the rides that gives the park more charm is Thrill the Gorilla, a simple spinning ride, but they have a big giant gorilla statue in the middle of it, and it's closed. Seaside Junction's another kids area here. They've got Air Penguin, which is a little helicopter kind of ride, and looks like they got a railroad that's closed and was clearly used to be like a Thomastown. Another really cool themed flat ride here. It's a teacup themed to monkeys called Monkey Business. But like most of the park, it's closed. So it looks like Tava's Jungle Land is a kids area of the park, and that is looks like this entire section is closed, but for some reason the gift shop's open. What is going on with this park, guys? So it looks like in that closed kids section there's a large playground structure, a Dumbo type ride, a rocking tug, and I think a kids Jeep ride. Another look over here at that kind of completely closed kids area. Got an adorable kids, kind of like a frog style bounce around ride, also closed.
Time now to talk about some of the animal shows that Six Flags Discovery Kingdom has to offer. And while all the rides might not have been operating on the day we were there, the animal shows were, and they had a bunch of them and a bunch of different ones. Starting off here with Odin's Temple of the Tiger, and this was pretty cool. I mean, Molly's favorite animal is tigers, so she got to see tigers, you know, running and jumping, and really cool was that they had one sort of jump and climb up a pole, and then to make it even better, the tigers not only jumped in the water, but you know, sort of dove and swam underneath the water, and that's something kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen tigers do that besides at Discovery Kingdom, and maybe at Great Adventure back when they had a tiger show. But overall, the tiger show was pretty good. Then the park does have two different dolphin shows. This is footage of Drench. This is the non-educational dolphin show. There is another one we didn't get to see that is, you know, you learn all about dolphins. And this show here, Drench, is pretty much just your average dolphin kind of show. If you've seen one dolphin show at a zoo or an aquarium, this is pretty much, you know what you're going to get. It's, you know, just dolphins flopping around to music, doing dolphin stuff for like 15 minutes or so. Nothing too exciting, but if you've never seen a dolphin before, it's probably pretty cool. And then a show I really enjoyed was over at the Sea Lion and Otter Stadium. They've got California sea lions, but more importantly for me, they have Asian small-clawed river otters, which is my favorite type of otters, and otters are one of my favorite types of animals. And look at them. I mean, they're just so cute. Look how cute they are. They're just adorably cute. And it's really cute. The otters are on little leashes. At one point, one of the otters, they show off how they weigh the otters to make sure everything's okay health-wise with them when they do their checkups. And then to end the show, I guess a lot of people wouldn't like this, but I thought it was great. They just brought a whole bunch of stuff out, and then the end of the show is just otters playing with stuff. So the otters go out there and they, you know, rumble around in some stuff. They jump in the water. They're all on these little leashes, and that was a wonderful, wonderful show. At least for me, the big otter guy.
Has she bit you before?
No, but she's tried.
Oh, really?
What, in playing or?
Something got her upset or what? I did some crazy.
This is a girl. Her name is Ginger.
Ginger is her baby.
She's about 9 months old. So yeah, she's still a baby.
They do have a couple giraffes here at Discovery Kingdom. I will say the giraffe exhibit here, not really one of the nicer ones. You get to feed the giraffes for $5 if you want to. Guys, time for the greatest animal in all time in space, the penguin. They've got African penguins here, and it is World Penguin Day, so it's great to see penguins on World Penguin Day. But one of my favorite animals. They have a whole bunch of them. The next exhibit, as you can tell from the sign, it's sharks. So the shark encounter is a very nice kind of aquarium. Very much SeaWorld-esque with the moving pathway, except in Six Flags fashion, the moving pathway is not functioning. Which I guess on a day like today when there's low attendance, you really don't need a moving pathway to sort of circle people through. But the aquarium itself, it's a pretty impressive aquarium. Not an overly large amount of sharks, but a pretty nice aquarium. In addition to the tiger show and the habitat by the tiger show, they also have another tiger habitat over here in the back right corner of the park. Kind of a weird slanted floor. Only one tiger hanging out in here right now. No, two. There's one sleeping over there on the right. The park does have a beautiful African lion just hanging up there on the top of the rock enjoying the sun, posing.
Awake?
Awake, yeah. I mean, turtles are a fun animal. But they named them Chimmy and Chonga. That's hilarious. That is a great turtle name. Up next is Cougar Rocks. Don't think my camera's gonna like this one because it's looks like it's about to take a cat nap over there behind the waterfall. This enclosure here is home to a couple of sleepy wolves. Up, they might get up. Something startled them. Now they'll probably go back to sleep. Here's the Pinniped Nursery and Research Center, which is a really, really nice exhibit area for, looks like it's mostly used for sea lions. I believe this used to have walruses in it and then no longer has walruses, but it's a very, very nice exhibit. Good size. Looks like some of them are going to come right over to see us. Hey! Nice exhibit. So they do a little behind the scenes thing here, like this window of glass right here. They show you just how thick it is. So like there's my hand showing you how thick that window actually is. That's pretty neat. One of the nicest parts of the park is indoors here. They have a very large butterfly garden. It's very well done. Definitely, I'm liking this area. This is really nice, and there's a lot of butterflies. You know, I didn't even realize this when we walked by the last time, but there's live alligators in here over by the Boomerang and the Swinging Ship, and a turtle. Stingray Bay, as you could guess, is the stingray area, and it's a touch tank too. So if you want to touch a stingray, you can touch a stingray. I guess you can feed them at certain points of the day too for a feed. They do have a small kind of reptile area with a bunch of mostly, I think, snakes. I think it's all snakes.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan of snakes, they've got a couple of them for you. So now coming at you from Seal Cove. Look at the cute little seals' faces. Has seals and sea lions over here. You could feed them for about $6. I love the seals. Those guys are, their little faces are so, and the way they sit out of the water like that, adorable. Park has a bobcat exhibit. Yeah, I don't know. It's poorly designed, so you really can't see anything in the back, at least at this time of day. So I don't really know if there's one in there or not. So one thing I do like here at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, for their rescue animals, they do share their stories. So like Sugar the bobcat was rescued as a cub in a Lake Tahoe facility, and it was kind of non-releasable. So I do like that they show you the story of the animal. There is a bald eagle here. He's Arrow. He's a non-releasable rescue animal. He was hit by a car in Pennsylvania, and he's hiding in the back, but he's very, very pretty. So one thing I do like in the animal section over here, they don't play like the normal top 40 Six Flags kind of stuff. It's all very much instrumental music, and very much feels like a background music loop at a larger theme park. And the lion's looking at me. I wonder if they also appreciate the background music like I do. I do love this piece of advertising here. Just M&M stairs. So I have no idea what's going on here. They have a sign for like a Cimex iWorks theater with nothing playing and probably closed forever. I don't know. How hard would it be if the ride is closed to get rid of the sign? Like you could have a maintenance guy do that in 20 minutes? So if you've been coming to Discovery Kingdom for a while, you might remember the elephants at the park. Well, the elephants are no longer at the park. They used to have an elephant, a large elephant area with, elephants, and I believe they gave elephant rides at some point and did sort of an elephant interactive show, and that is all gone. Replaced with, well, absolutely nothing. Upon some further investigation, I guess the old elephant barn is now a Halloween haunt. So you may have thought that Busch Gardens Tampa was the first theme park with tigers. Nope. Here at Discovery Kingdom, they've got Tigress Emporium, which, like most other things, the park is closed. Oh man, I don't think it gets more Six Flags than this. This ride it's not running today, but they never powered it down. You could still hear the motors and stuff going. So there's nobody operating it, but they're still powering the thing. Way to go, Six Flags. Hey Molly, what time is it?
Beer 30.
Beer 30 here. We're at JB's Sports Bar. You can get beer in a couple places here, but this one they have a really, really nice selection of beer. Like as far as like a Six Flags park, the selection of beer is fantastic. Lots of craft beers I've never heard of before. Like Disneyland beer, like the Racer 5 IPA. The beer selection is great. What's not great, the price. It's like $14 of beer, and you have to wait. Even though they have POS machines at the bar, you have to wait in line with everyone getting meal plans and refills to get your beer. So that was a real pain. So Molly and I were just talking how it's one of the prettier Six Flags parks. It butts right up against a very large lake in the back half of the park, and it's kind of pleasant to walk around with the animals and the lagoon area. Also, it advertises much better Six Flags parks, I guess. All right, maybe not all of them are better parks. Coming soon is the DC Universe in what I think was an old dolphin tank. Now, they have plenty of other places for the dolphins, so it makes sense to get rid of one of them, especially an older one like this. But I wonder what'll go here. I do like some of this sloth merch they're selling there. Hang in there, Friday's coming, or Born to be Mild. There's more fantastic animal puns in the merchandise. Como se llama? Llama stay? No problemo. It's wonderful. Right next to penguin pillows. So let's wrap it up here from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. And you know what? Let's start off with the good. Like, what was good about this park? I did enjoy the animals. I liked how they rescued animals, and they told you about how they rescued them and those animals' rescue stories. I love the sloth that was eating the flower. Joker was a wonderful RMC. That's a great ride. The Wonder Woman flat ride, fantastic. Let's see, what else was good? The tiger show, your favorite animal.
The tiger
That was
show.
pretty cool. You got to see him swim and climb and stuff like that.
It's a very clean park and beautiful park.
Yes, which is not something you normally say for a Six Flags.
Yeah.
And then the not so good. This is the worst operational day I have ever seen at a theme park. We counted at one point, there were 16 rides closed, plus an entire kids land. Like, how do you operate a theme park that's charging full price, does not warn guests that you're gonna have like a half open park, is beyond me. It's so unacceptable.
And it wasn't that they came back up for like a good part of the day. It was down for all of the day or for most of the day.
Or up for maybe 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a...
Like Superman, up for 40 minutes. That was it.
So it's really weird because it shows like how a good operational day or a bad operational day can affect. Because last time I went to this park, I absolutely loved it. It was like my fourth or fifth favorite Six Flags. Now after today, I don't know if I ever have to come back. Like that's how the bad taste in my mouth, and waiting in line for a $14 beer to not go on any rides. Oh, it was rough. So You know, if you're...
It's very interesting how something can change it, whether it's, you know, lack of maintenance.
17 rides closed?
Yeah, lack of maintenance or lack of budget or whatever caused it. How that influences your opinion on the entire park.
You're like having a theme park with no rides that work. That is not a good, shockingly not great for business.
Yeah, 16 rides,
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's all for this week on the show. That's our thoughts. You know, we give you the honest opinion here at the Loop, and today's opinion was it was not good.
As we pass
Another closed ride. If you're curious about riding the Shoot the Chutes, it's closed. Oh goodness! I mean, that's this place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
If you want animals, come here. Maybe not.
No, you go to a zoo. You'll pay half the price.
Yeah, true.
And you won't deal with frustration. Oh, at least I got to see a sloth eat a flower today, so it wasn't a total loss. See you guys.